A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about Karako Bhav Nashaya. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing to our YouTube channels and Spotify channel. Thank you so much for writing in your comments and your suggestions there. In case you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. And do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates as soon as the videos and the audios are released. Today, we are going to talk about Karako Bhav Nashaya. Many a times we find that the Karaka of a house, Mars, the Karaka of third house, in the third house, Venus, the Karaka of the seventh house, in the seventh house, Jupiter, Karaka of the second house or the fifth house in this respective houses. Even if they are present there, they don't deny one the brother, the spouse, wealth, a family, or for that matter, children respectively. How does that happen? Because according to what our thought process is of Karako Bhav Nashaya, that if the Karaka of a bhava is in that particular place, then for all that it should destroy the jiva of that house. But Girish Chandra Sharma ji, who has translated the BPHS, and in his views on this very phrase of Karako Bhav Nashaya, he has in chapter number 16 in BPHS written a commentary on that, which I bring forward to you. So this episode is dedicated to Girish Chandra Sharma ji. He says that when we are judging a house, we need to consider three factors. The first being the house in itself. The second being the lord of the house, because obviously the lord of the house who is going to work for the house. And third, we need to consider is the Karaka. Now, if all of them are afflicted, then that house has the chance of affliction. That is one thing that we will all agree on. But when we talk about Karako Bhav Nashaya, very, very simply put, he says that, for example, when we talk about brothers, when Mars is placed in Aries in the third house, or it's placed in Scorpio in the third house, then the chances of Karako Bhav Nashaya are very high. Why? As we said, the house, the doer of the house, that is the lord of that house, and the Karaka are all the same. The third house, the third lord here is Mars, and the Karaka itself is Mars. Even the slightest of affliction in this case can actually destroy the house. And I have seen this principle working beautifully as an extension to many other principles. What more, you can take it in the respective divisional chart also and see that working very beautifully. In the Navamsh Lagna, we see that if the Navamsh Lagna is from the Lagna of Venus or from the Lagna of Mars, and Venus is there in the seventh house or in sitting in the Lagna, in case it is the Venus Lagna and Venus is sitting on the Lagna, and in case it's a Mars Lagna and Venus is sitting in the seventh house, then for sure we can at many times say that the marriage is a very weak spot in a person's life. Why so? Because not just a promise in the chart of the afflictions, but even the transits, in case it's a malefic transit, can have the ability to actually shake the entire house. So in this case, we will see that the person's marriage can be very turbulent, or the person may choose not to get married at all. The same is the case of wealth. When Jupiter, being the lord of wealth, is placed in the sign of Sagittarius or Pisces, then in that case, or for that matter, the family matters, then in that case, the person does not get a lot of happiness from the family, because the second house, the second lord, and the Karak of the second house will be afflicted or can have afflictions. I have seen this working in great many charts. And in the Hora also, if that house and the Lord is suffering from afflictions, then we can very well say that the person may lose wealth during the Venus, during the Jupiter Dasha and Dasha, provided the transits have a lot to contribute. Again, on the contrary, even if Mars is there in the third house, and it will also be there in the third house of the D3. I have seen this from very close quarters for a number of people. All these things working. And they can be afflicted. That Mars in the third house is afflicted. That means the bhava is afflicted as well as the karak is afflicted. But if the third lord has benefic influences, protective influences, in that case, the relationship may undergo ups and downs, but it will survive its tests. So these are the few things that we need to understand and remember when we're talking about Karako Bhav Nashaya. I have a Kundli here to discuss with all of you, which will shed more light on this. Now, when we take the Navamsh of this person, we can see that the Navamsh Lagna for this person, and I have already seen that there are afflictions on the 7th house of the D1. Because if there is no such promise in the D1 and only the D9 shows afflictions, there will be ups and downs in the marriage for sure, but it will not be that bad. But if this is bad, it shows, because if the D1 is showing that affliction, and here we see this Navamsh Lagna comes from the Libra ascendant. The Lord of the Libra ascendant, that is Venus, is sitting, and Venus is also the Karaka of spouse. We see that it is highly afflicted because of Mars. Mars shows its afflictions very clearly. Also, we see the 6-12 Rahu Ketu axis, which cements the fact that the person is definitely not undergoing a very happy married life. And the person has a number of. So, to sum up Karako Bhav Nashaya, we need to say that when the Karak of a bhava is sitting in its own house in that bhava, for example, Venus in 7th house in either Taurus or in Libra, in that case, the happenings of the marriage can be quite disturbed. Do write in your views. Do let us know how it works in the charts that you have. Till we meet with you again, stay safe. Thank you.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.